way up there. Here at last on the ground, and you in midair. And in the ground.
Mike, where do you come up with these songs? I don't know.
I love it. I mean, does this identify the group that's up in the White House?
It sure
in the
does.
Clowns?
Who was singing?
This is Old Blue Eyes.
Oh.
I never knew
The Crooner of Crooners.
Hey, my man.
The Crooner of Crooners.
Right. What's her name never did.
The Crooner of Crooners.
That's right. Lucas says the Crooner of Crooners. He's so right about that.
But can you imagine that? That's probably what the other people think when they show up. You know, here they come.
Here come
Send in the clowns.
Yeah.
Oof, oof.
Yeah. Speaking of clowns,
Black limousines.
Just a quick diversion here. You know, in Ireland over the weekend, they voted as a nation to approve gay
I
marriage.
don't think you want to say that, Joe.
Why not?
I'm the Census Bureau, no.
Gerald Fitzpatrick, Patrick Fitzgerald. What's the difference? I mean...
Okay, you said it.
All right. Welcome back to the show. What's the problem with saying somebody's name? All right, bring it in the clowns. Yeah, I want to, you know...
Well, Sharpton to Cleveland.
That's right.
Here comes the clowns.
That's it. You got it. But we were talking about the situation, of course, with the lack of leadership in the White House and how he's perceived not only at home but around the world as just totally disengaged, so to speak. As Bob Woodward said over the weekend, Barack Obama just doesn't like war. That's true. He should have got another job.
Does anybody like war?
Yeah, he should have got another job.
Yeah. Go back teaching school because you didn't pass the law exams. So you might as well go back, you know.
Yeah, and just because you don't like it doesn't mean you can turn your back on it and walk away from it and everything's going to work out all right. It just doesn't work that way. You have to make real tough decisions like Jefferson couldn't make, but Madison could. And by the way, Madison won the War of 1812 too. He beat the British in much more short order than Washington did, if you want to look at it that way. And they even made it.
He was 5 feet tall. That was it.
Barely 100 pounds.
Wow.
He couldn't have played. Maybe he would have been
a place kicker. A great wrestler.
That's
a great wrestler.
That's true. But one thing that the Republicans need to do on this is learn how to change the argument. I heard old L. Rush Fuzzbo for a little while today, echoing the American Adversaries and Carl Jackson, for that matter, weeks later. He may
be listening.
He may be, who knows? But he was saying that, you know, this question that was posed to Jeb Bush, not only was it a ridiculous question on the surface of it, if you knew then what you knew now, would you do? Finally, Rush said they never should, the answers, they shouldn't have bought into the premise. The premise being that there was a mistake made to go into Iraq. It was not a mistake to go into Iraq, is the correct answer. And by the way, Rush came up with a good version. What the Republicans could have and should have said was, oh, it was not a mistake, no, until Barack Obama got elected. And that's basically a version of what I said. I said the Republicans should have responded. Jeb Bush actually responded more correctly when he first responded to the question after having misunderstood the question. Because basically he said, no, everybody would have gone to war then. Hillary Clinton would have gone to war knowing then.
But that's why you like a Ted Cruz or somebody, a guy that's a true debater who can turn the question around.
Yeah.
I mean, the reality of it is these people are going to constantly try to think of every way to fool you. You just keep turning the questions on them, you know, and just like you said, look who really caused the problem in, you know, Iraq.
Yeah.
It was our man.
It was exactly.
Instead of turn it on him and answer it that way, and that's my answer. Well, you're supposed to, no, that's my answer.
Right. Instead of allowing the question to be about something Bush did, make the question about what Barack Obama did. And as we said earlier, as Charles Krauthammer pointed out in his article last week, Barack Obama had the, let's just say, had the pleasure of making a decision of whether he should leave Iraq or not because the situation had turned around so positively. Everything was going so well in Iraq. And as a matter of fact, that's what Barack said about Iraq.
And what's great about it, what you're defining is a very clear answer that should be used in the debates.
It should
That should be the canned answer. Every time that foolish question is asked, here's my answer.
Or any other foolish question.
Right.
See, here's the problem with the Republicans. They want to answer the question. You see, you cannot go into it that blindly. You have to control the argument. And sometimes you control the argument by rejecting the question. The question should have been rejected and then responded to by bringing it to Obama. This is not an election about George W. Bush. This is now an election about Barack Obama and what this president has done. He's president because of what George Bush has done. Now somebody needs to be president because of what he has done.
Right. And I mean, it's such a failure with all the withdrawal of our troops. I think it's such an easy question to respond to now.
It is.
And, you know, that should knock that one out of the debates. That should be simple.
It is.
There'd be nothing to that.
But all the Republicans fell in line. Oh, no, I would not have done it then if I knew what I knew now.
Yeah, they
What a
folded.
oh, come on. If you stay in that mindset, we're going to have Hillary Clinton as a doggone president.
Well, they ought to attend the next SCORE meeting.
Yeah, they
On
should.
how to respond to the basic sales questions.
Exactly. You turn the argument in the direction that you want it to go, not in the direction that they want it to go. Don't you see?
No.
And Romney was the same way. That's why he lost.
Yeah.
You know, you have to make the argument your argument, not allow it to be their argument. As long as you allow it to be their argument with their premises and their assumptions, you're going to lose every time because they're setting you up for that loss.
And the advantage you have now, you have so many numerous failures by the Obama administration, you should be able to turn every question with any thought at all.
It's
This
like-
should be so simple to absolutely crush them in a debate. It shouldn't be a debatable.
No.
It should be so simple.
It's
Go
like-
home and practice like you do in high school and college if you have a big debate.
If a
I mean,
hate,
come on, just write out every question, because all they do is just try to think of any way to trap you. You know what they're going to ask you? I can tell you what they're going to ask you.
even if you don't, you know that their question is going to be based on false premises. You see? So yeah, if a hayseed like me can figure it out, certainly to God these guys can figure it out. Now Ted Cruz is the one who has the most ability to do that. But the rest of them need to learn how. Okay, when we come back, we got a whole lot more to talk about. By the way, did you hear the screams from the White House this morning?
No.
Oh yeah, when the Forbes top list of most powerful women in the world came out, Michelle had dropped to number 10. Ooh, the hoot and the holler.
That's still way too high. I mean, come on. I was thinking the top 1 million.